What's up, Eagles fans? It's your boy AJ2K here, back with another episode of AJ2K Radio. As you can see, I don't have my equipment set up today. I don't even have it with me. Long story, don't want to get into it. But I still want to give you all this content because there's so much to talk about when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles football. Number one, I want to get to my draft grade because I haven't done that yet. I tried to upload a video. It came out super blurry, super frustrating. This is actually like 2 days ago or a day ago. Frustrating, didn't work out. But we back here right now, and I want to give my draft grade. And I wanted to kind of wait, too, to see where Honey Badger landed. I wanted to kind of wait and see where a couple of other pieces landed. I wanted to make sure the draft was completely over before I gave my grade. But as an Eagles fan, I'm feeling pretty good about the draft. I'm feeling pretty good about what we accomplished. We was able to get A.J. Brown, who will be a stud next to Devontae Smith and will make Jalen Hurts' job easier. A lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts now, but there's also a lot of pressure on Nick Sirianni. Play calling got to be better. You got to be more balanced this year. Let's not forget, we talk about all the pressure that we put on Jalen Hurts. We talk about that. All the pressures on Jalen Hurts. We don't talk about the fact that Sirianni literally sold half of our season not running the football. We don't talk about that enough. And so, Nick Sirianni, he's not on a hot seat or nothing like that. But, we need to keep a close eye on him, too. We made improvements to our defense. We got Jordan Davis. Obviously, we got Nicole Dean. How could I almost forget? We got Nicole Dean, which is a huge pickup. But, again, that puts pressure on Gannon, right? Defensive play calling got to be better. Now, we got guys that fit your scheme a lot better now, and that's not even including the additions that we made before the draft, getting Hassan Reddick, getting Kaiser White. Our linebacker core is stout. We also picked up another linebacker. I think his name is Kyron Johnson in the draft. So we really helped that defense out. But Gannon got to call the right plays defensively. I'm expecting a very aggressive defense this year. So that's something that needs to be talked about, too. It's a lot of pressure on our play callers, and we don't talk about that enough. We can have as much talent as we want, Eagles fans. But if the play's not being called correctly, what can we do? What can we do? Same thing last year. We saw what a difference it was when we started calling the correct plays on offense. We saw how much of a difference it was when we started calling the correct plays on defense. It was the difference in football games. That is oftentimes the difference in football games. We also saw the difference when it came to playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and somehow, some way, we're targeting Jalen Reagor over Devontae Smith. These are issues that we had this year. So we cannot forget about those things, and we cannot let our coaching staff off the hook off of that. Again, that's not to say there's no pressure on any players, because that's obvious. But again, let's not completely absolve the coaching staff, because it's going to take some good coaching too. Overall, I'll give our draft an A-. I give it an A-. I will give it an A or an A+, but we passed on Kyle Hamilton. And even though I like Jordan Davis, I think he's going to be a great piece. I think he's going to come in and replace Fletch next season when he's gone. I also like the center that we picked up from Nebraska, who's literally handpicked by Jason Kelce. I like that a lot too. But we passed on Kyle Hamilton, and I'm thinking in that moment, since we passed on Kyle Hamilton, we got to be getting a Honey Badger. We best to get ultra aggressive with getting a Honey Badger to Philadelphia. And as we saw today, Honey Badger signed with the New Orleans Saints. And so that's why I give him an A-, because that's now a hole that still needs to be filled that we have not filled yet. And we could have filled that hole in the draft. I felt like our defensive line was just fine where it was. I would have still drafted Kyron Johnson. I would have still drafted Nicole Dean, obviously. I feel like our defensive line was okay headed into this season. And we could have picked up a big-time defensive tackle in next year's draft maybe. But not securing that safety position is tough now. So now moving on to the next steps for what we should do. Again, the draft was great, A-. I'm extremely happy with it. I think our best addition was A.J. Brown. I think Nicole Dean is going to be straight so long as we get these medicals handled. I think we're going to be solid in that regard. A-. I give him a solid A-. I like just about everything that I saw. I wish we'd have got a cornerback a little earlier, but I understand. Again, when you replacing Jason Kelce and you getting Nicole Dean, I'm not mad about not getting a cornerback. But again, next steps. I think at this point, seeing as though you didn't get a safety in the draft, right? And you didn't get Honey Badger, I think you should get somebody to help out when it comes to depth, when it comes to the safety position. Meaning if someone gets hurt, we need somebody to fill in. However, I think CB2 is even more important. I have faith in Epps, who I've seen, who we've seen flashes from. Marcus Epps is a heavy hitter and has played very well for us when he stepped in. Anthony Harris is also a pretty good cover safety. I like Anthony Harris. I think we need to look at CB2 more than anything. I know we went out and grabbed some undrafted free agents to maybe help cover that void, but I want a vet. And the vet I'm looking at right now, people going to call me crazy, but I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Joe Haden. Now, you got to keep in mind, we got 2 first-round picks next year, right? So, if Jalen Hurts pans out the way I think he'll pan out, we got 2 first-round picks. So, really, all we need is somebody to come fill that void for 1 year. He's 33. He's older. Give him a 1-year deal. Come in, play 1 year alongside Darius Slay. I think on a 1-year deal, Joe Haden will be straight. Then if Joe Haden gets hurt or he can't finish the season for whatever reason, then you plug in one of these undrafted free agents to help fill that void. But I think for now, plug in Joe Haden in that hole for now. And then at the end of the year, we evaluate him. If we want to give him another 1-year deal because he played well, great. If not, you draft a cornerback in next year's draft. I think it's a great solution. The only thing that will make it go wrong is if Hurts isn't the guy and we got to leverage those 2 picks for a vet. Then it's like, okay, cool. But again, in this year's draft, upcoming draft, the quarterback pool is pretty good. So I think we're in a really good spot. I think even as is, we're going to be much better than we were last season. If you look at the schedule, if you look at who we play, if we look at what we added on offense and on defense, we're going to be much better. But I think CB2 is a hole that we must fill, and I think we need to look at filling it with a vet. And I'm not mad at Joe Haden. Again, I know he's older, but on a 1-year deal, knowing that we can just replace him next year, but we just need him to come in and be a dog for just 1 year for us. Keep in mind, our defensive line is a lot better. Our linebacker core is a lot better, right? So that's going to help the secondary because we're going to get to the quarterback this year, right? That's automatically going to help your secondary out. I like that addition at CB2. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like I said, the draft gets an A- for me because we passed on Kyle Hamilton. I'm not mad at Jordan Davis. I just wish we had Jordan Davis with Honey Badger. But it's fine. We got Jordan Davis now. We got great linebackers. I'm glad we finally prioritized in the linebacker position after all these years. We got A.J. Brown. We got Nicole Dean. We got a center to replace Kelce when he's gone. I think we're in a really good spot, but the work is not done. The job is not done. We got a couple more moves to make before the start of the season. And Howie got time. I got faith in Howie because what he's done so far this offseason has been spectacular. I got faith in Howie to fill these holes. But for now, obviously, there's still work to be done. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like and subscribe. I promise y'all I'll have my background back when I get my technology and everything situated. But obviously, I ain't got that right now. But I wanted to get this to y'all today and let y'all know how I was feeling. We should feel good. We should feel encouraged. We should feel like we're the best team in the NFC East. We should feel like we're a threat to get to the Super Bowl. We should feel like we're a threat to win the Super Bowl. Moves still to be made. So y'all stay tuned. But for now, AJ2K signing off. I'll catch y'all next time. Let me know what y'all think, though. Comment, subscribe, like. You know the deal. Ski.